country has witnessed historic and impactful economic reform and policy making. In fact, India was one of the very few economies undertaking transformational reforms. There are two tectonic policy initiatives, namely the passage of the Constitutional Amendment Bill for the GST and the progress for its implementation, and the demonetization of the high denomination banknotes. The advantages of the GST for our economy in terms of spurring growth, competitiveness, indirect tax simplification, greater transparency have already been extensively discussed in both houses of Parliament. I thank all members of both houses for having passed the Constitution Amendment unanimously. I also thank the state governments for resolving all the relevant issues in the GST Council. Demonetization of high denominational banknotes was a continuation of a series of measures taken by our government during the last 2 years. It is a bold and decisive measure. Yes. For several decades, tax evasion for many had become a way of life. This compromises the larger public interest and creates an unjust enrichment in favor of the tax evader to the detriment of the poor and the deprived. This has bred a parallel economy which is unacceptable in an inclusive society. Demonetization seeks to create a new normal wherein the GDP would be bigger, cleaner and real. The exercise is a part of our government's resolve to eliminate corruption and black money, counterfeit currency and terror funding. Like all reforms, this measure is obviously disruptive as it seeks to change the retrograde status quo. Drop in economic activity, if any, on account of currency squeeze during the remonetization period is expected to have only a transient impact on the economy. I am reminded here of what the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, had said: a right cause never fails. Demonetization has a strong potential to generate long-term benefits in terms of reduced corruption, greater digitization of our economy, increased flow of financial savings, and greaterization of the economy, all of which would eventually lead to higher GDP growth and tax revenues. Demonetization helps to transfer resources from the tax evaders to the government, which can use these resources for the welfare of the poor and the deprived. There is early evidence of an increased capacity of banks to lend at reduced interest rates and a huge shift towards digitization amongst all sections of society. We firmly believe that the demonetization and the GST, which were built on the third transformational achievement of our government, namely the JAM vision, will have an epoch-making impact on the economy and the lives of our people.